YouTube Nation, what is going on? What a guan? Me say man, Missa B. You know, I just want put in a little word on a development of me see a guan about the place here, you know. A lot of people seem to be buying into this view that people who represent the country, who, put out them effort and all of that nobody enough is say nothing about them. You can't offer an opinion, a criticism even, about anything with them I do. And in my book, there is nothing that is more misguided and really just absolutely silly than that kind of argument. From an athletic standpoint, and this is largely where the conversation have come from, a lot of these athletes now seem to believe that, people not supposed to say nothing about them. If them go out there and them not do good, you for just hug it up, you can't say nothing. And if you open your mouth and you offer your views, your criticism, I tear them down. No, there is nothing that is more banal, stupid, let me call it what it is, than that kind of argument. A fool argument that. Me old enough, say that I've seen some Jamaicans at different sporting disciplines, even at the other social levels, who have made sterling contributions, right, to the social development and of the country, and more importantly, help put the name of the country on the map. The music is the same thing, but the reality is that we need to recognize that these people made a choice, right? Nobody never go out of the yard and say, Usain or Shellyan or VCB, come go run, That was a choice that they made based on their own development. Them a come through school, champs, whatever, and them decide, say, maybe this is an era where we can do. And so them make a career decision along those lines. Now, that is not any different than somebody who decides, say, boy, I want to be a teacher, or I want to be a nurse or a doctor, or I want to open a little business for myself. That is within the realm of, making a career choice, and whatever effort you have to make to be successful at that career, that is the effort and the energy you're going to put out. So if you're an athlete, you have to get up and go train at daytime, and you have to enter some race. And if you are developed, you come from a position where you are just an ordinary athlete to the point where you put in the work and you take the criticism and the pointers from the coach, and you get to become a better athlete. Once you come on the national stage where I run out there in the country colors, right? When you run for yourself, when you're upon the professional circuit and you're out there, the Diamond League and thing, you run for yourself, right? But the minute you put on the black, the gold, and the green colors, you run for Jamaica, right? And once you start to represent the country, you are now under the scrutiny of Jamaicans, right? Because it's them, Jamaicans there. It no matter that them don't have enough money to stop a stalebred cat. Their voices are the ones that cheer you on in the stands when you're trying to qualify for things, right? It is their support at these national and local meets that help elevate you into the national picture, right? So you can love the people them when them are bring you up, but when you start to falter, you know why you're nothing from them. Nothing no go so. A full argument and full thinking that, right? Athletes come and athletes go. We need to understand, everybody talk about champs and thing. Every year when champs run, it's 3,600 youth get up and turn out a champs. 3,600, 3,600, sometimes up to 3,800 youth. How much I want to know that of the 3,000 athletes that run a champs is less than 400 of them youth there actually contribute a point to them school, right? Less than 400 of them, right? And of that 400 that contribute points, so here's come school and win champs by 300 points and whatever. But it's only about 400 youngsters of the 3,000, just a little over 10% of them contribute points to the school. The problem is you couldn't take those 400 youth alone and put them in the stadium and them draw a crowd. You needed 3,600 or 3,800. So you build the thing, right? To the crescendo that the final 2 days of champs become with the energy and all of that, right? And then the points, we extract the points out of that. Something else I need to know. Of the 400, when champs done, only about 50 or 60 athletes get selected to go into the national junior programs, right? And out of those 60 athletes, every year is less than 20 of those athletes end up coming into the national senior program, right? If you do the maths, 20 athletes out of 3,600 is less than 1%. And it's very important that we start to reason and stop taking emotions and carry argument. Emotion run discussion. Facts run discussion, right? So of that 20 or so athlete, remember you have a national program running, right? And you have a core of athletes out there. And if you pay any kind of attention and just go back to the Usain Bolt years or the period from say 2004. The core of athletes who represent Jamaica is largely the same, One of the problems is that a lot of these athletes who have the aptitude, them can't qualify for coming at the big thing. And so them have to go look different space to go eat a food. That is why when I'm Merlin Natty run for Slovenia and some of the youth them go to Saudi Arabia because them have the ability where them can eat a food. Right? But them can't make the national team. So I want to come back then to when we look at the people who are wearing the national colors, it's just a handful of people. Those people are privileged, right? And they need to recognize and get this thing out of their head that lose this mentality that want to suggest that they want people fall down on them foot and worship them and that you can't say nothing to them when they do them crap or thing. I want to come back to the Asafa politics. A lot of people don't like Asafa Powell. People don't like Asafa Powell when they believe that he has not done his best. You cannot be a man who run 97 sub 10 100 meters, right? And when you line up against some of the same boy them you beat them skin every day on the circuit, and you line up for world championship, and you line up for the Olympic Games, and you can't even get a medal. Me as a fan, I'll tell you, say, no matter how I love you, when you fail to perform on the big stage, you need somebody to come in here and say, Safa or Blakey, what go on? How come? What a go on? What go on? Oh, you so wicked when you run for money, but when you run for the country, you fall short. If you can't take that kind of criticism, you need to go find a job at 9 to 5. Go find a little office job or work now warehouse when you're back in the dark when nobody not see you. But the minute you put yourself up for national duties, you are subject to the critique of the fans. Right? And if you don't know that, you're in a wrong profession. Sometimes, as I said to a friend of mine, a man called me from England last night, and I said, boy, oh man, they behind them computer and them a tear down people and things. Yo, may I live long enough, right? To see big sportsman. Brian Lara, one of the best batsman we see in the world. And when him not make no runs, we kill him. They are Sabina Park and Sobers, they are backward short leg. And a dolly catch and him drop it and Sabina Park one nyam him raw. Right? 2 overs later, Sobers take a blinder. ball come at 100 miles an hour and sobers blinder. And the greatest thing that, because that is how fans work. If you don't know that, you're in the wrong business, right? You cannot want to eat a cake or have it. You want the glory. But when you're not do so good, you don't want nobody to say nothing about you, right? Nobody is out there tearing down any athlete. That is how fan-based sports work. The difference today is that we have the internet, right? And you have YouTube, and you have Facebook and Instagram and so on. And everybody who walk around with a cellular phone have a computer in them hand. That means that them is a critic. And if you don't like that, go find a light bulb somewhere out in the darkness and go live in that, right? Come off of the public space. To the people out there who is lending credence to that fool type of argument, go and educate yourself, right? It is not sufficient to carry a conversation based on emotion, right? In this day and age, the same phone you have and make all kind of damn fool argument. Google. You want to get a view on something, Google it, right? Not in this day and age. Me old enough, so I may have the memory of an elephant. I'm not afraid for telling you that. And you know, me I do this thing because I love it. Me have a whole heap of information, and plus me have access. Plus me read and me research. That are my strength. So me have no desire for tear down nobody, right? Just as how me I do this, and me come and me give you my opinion. Me not expect that most people are going to even agree with my opinion. But guess what? I have a view that I want to share with people, right? And when I see people who, you know, much has been given to them, right? When you are an athlete who is wearing the national colors, you are in that preeminent group of Jamaicans that has been chosen, right? Chosen to carry the country's flag. What you do with that is going to be up to you. If you go there and you fall down flat by your soda, you know, perform, don't expect nobody to be sorry for you. Because when you make a whole heap of money and you're there on the circuit and you have Diamond League and you have $40,000 for your appearance fee, nobody no grudge your feet. All people say is that when you put on the black, green and gold, make certain say you put out your best effort because you represent me, right? And because you represent me have a right as a fan, right? Me have a right as a fan to point out your feelings. It don't matter that I've never run a day in my life, right? Or that all me run on my mouth. Me have a right to run my mouth, right? And you out there, man, I talk about how fans are tell athletes when them to retire and all them kind of thing and them thing. On no need for move out on our own way, right? We live in an entirely different era where it's a microwave age where everything what you do is now under the microscope. People see it more. I don't like say them never had a seat before. It's just that now you have the technology, so more people are able to think. And if you don't want to be subject to those views, maybe you're in the wrong profession, right? Right? I want to use the opportunity and say to Asafa, with Jamaica people love you more than even them love Usain Bolt. You are doing yourself a disservice by trying to tear down. And by the way, when you apologize, there's nothing more than there's nothing beats an unqualified apology. You do absolute crap, you need to just own it, right? Because guess what? When you do rubbish and you say to a man call you out for it and you say, boy, I'm sorry. There's no more criticism you can do because when you're sorry is an absolute response, right? It's not a qualified sorry. I'm sorry. I really messed up, right? Because people will forgive you and move on. You out there now, you have blogging or whatever them call it, right? You need to learn this. You determine the conversation, right? And if you don't want to be pressured, take some time and research the material that you're going to present, right? Get somebody for write for you if you don't know how to thing. And you know, work on your articulation. Remember, think before you open your mouth. Because this environment where we're operating now is an unforgiving environment, right? Because everything where you say, a man just a punch a button and it come right back out, right? You can't have statue naming in your honor, right? Commander of the order of distinction, hang on by your name, right? You live well despite everything else because you did that as a result of the work you put in, yes, and the fact that you wear the national colors as a Jamaican athlete, right? Because you could never make nothing if you did out there just a run for yourself. Nobody ain't gonna see you. You have to run for Jamaica, and it's by running for Jamaica that elevate you to the global stature. So don't be an idiot, right? And follow thing and lead people on in the view that man not like you and all them kind of thing. Because there's nothing that is a bigger load of crap than that kind of argument, right? Me just have let it out because, you know, me kind of lose it when me hear them kind of fool talk. And then there's a lot of Jamaicans out there who buy this kind of fool talking. I come from a Jamaica where the intellect, you know, was the intellectual period of Jamaica where people thought before they spoke, where people were more conscious, and all of a sudden everybody know, you know, you want up on the bandwagon and thing. Well, me, Missa B, me on a bandwagon thing, you know. Me just say what me have to say, me talk the facts, because guess what? You can't argue against a fact, right? Mark your people still all come and criticize you. But I just life that, Bridget, you know. Give me your feedback in the comment section. And if you haven't done so yet, I'll ask you for just subscribe to the channel, you know. Like the video if you like the material that I put out. Hit the like button and share. But more importantly, would I love to hear your comments. So the people who have been subscribing to the channel and supporting it, I may use the opportunity for just say, show me appreciation and just continue the way I do. And guess what? I mean, Missa B, more time.